Good morning, we're getting on this. I don't have time. Once the doors close, we're rolling, so we gotta go, but it's day 2. Let's go!
Today is day 2 aboard Canada's Via Rail route, informally known as the Rupert Rocket. Last week, Riley and I boarded our first ever Via Rail experience, starting our journey from the Rocky Mountains of Jasper National Park and taking it to the end of the tracks at the Pacific Ocean in Prince Rupert, British Columbia. While we saw yesterday that some passengers live along the line and rely on the service for groceries and accessing town, this is predominantly a tourist route, which is why it's currently so empty on board. Some of the most scenic views in the country will come as we ride along the Skeena River before entering our end destination of Prince Rupert.
So you can see our train is one locomotive pulling 3 cars. We have the locomotive, the engine at the front. Obviously, we have a baggage car. Then we have a passenger car. That's all the seating where we are. And then this is the park car, normally where the lounge is, some cafe food options, and of course, the domed glass observation area. So you can see everything, but that is closed due to COVID. We're all kind of designated to our seating area in the passenger car. It's just the way it is.
And we ended our day in Prince George, where we stayed the night at the beautiful Prestige Treasure Cove. Which brings us to now, to day 2.
No, false alarm. We're scheduled to be boarding right now, but Prince George is a hub for railroad traffic and freight traffic, and a freight train is here parked at the station. So we can't board until this gets out of the way, until our train pulls in, and frankly, we don't know when that'll be.
There is a life I lead in this city, hurrying to cut my teeth. I can take what
This 1,000 kilometer journey takes us across 2 time zones and the whole province of British Columbia.
What I love most about riding the train is the views. You can see so much, unless it's foggy like today.
We'll sit in comfort in a passenger car last updated in the 1990s, riding past fields, rivers, and mountains.
Riley's getting a river view. I get a concrete wall. But that may change.
Today is supposed to be a 12-hour ride, but let me tell you right now, it does not go as planned. We were pretty eager to get our day started, but you quickly realize, what's the rush? The only thing we have to do all day is sit here and watch the Canadian wilderness roll past, which is exactly what we did all morning long.
So pretty. What a perfect day. The water's flat, calm like a mirror. Well, that was Vanderhoof, our first small town of the day. We didn't even stop. Just blew right through it. It's very much a logging town, heavy industry town, and now we're just back into the forest already. So the only time you can take your mask off while you're on the train or in the stations is if you're eating or drinking. So today's lunch is a pepperoni stick, an apple, and a little sparkling water that we got at the superstore yesterday. Now you can see me smile too. Oh yeah.
All right, watch your step, everyone. Last one's a big drop.
So this is Smithers, British Columbia. The only reason we're getting off right now is because it's a crew change, because the ride we're doing today is so long that the crew can only drive for 11 hours while we're doing a minimum of 12 hours. It's probably going to be delayed. So crew change, that's why we've come to a stop here. And this train station was built in 1919, so it's just over 100 years old.
Good to go. Thank you.
Hudson Bay Mountain. That is the best view of a glacier you'll get on any Via Rail in Canada. So I took a nap and woke up. We're still here. I've heard there's been an incident with the train ahead of us and then a backlog of freight trains, so we will be here for a little while. Some will say, you know, that's the annoying part of rail travel. You can't just go around the next train or whatnot. But you know what I say? Chocolate? We've gotten a little bit of news that there was an air pressure hose blew on a freight train down the tracks. And so when that happens, emergency brakes stop. So they inspected it, they found the problem, but it's gonna be a while. They're sending out a crew to fix it, and we are just waiting to get by. So they've let us off. I have no idea where we are. It's 7 o'clock. We've been waiting for about 2 hours. 6:48. We've been stopped probably for a good 2 hours. But at least it's nice and warm out.
It's Riley here with an important announcement. There's the bathroom. And there's the wet spot, so what do you think that means?
Well, this will be about the last we can see for tonight. As you can see, it's getting a lot darker. Sunset's in about 15 minutes. And apparently all of the most beautiful views were about 20 miles down this track. So we're just gonna miss it tonight. But we are coming back in 2 days on this same route, and that'll be in the morning. So we'll get to see it all then. I think what we have to do now is keep you updated on the status of our arrivals. We were supposed to be arriving tonight at 8 p.m. If we leave right now, we still have about 5 hours ahead of us. Looks like we'll arrive around midnight. But
If there's no stop.
it also looks like we won't be leaving for a while. So the question is, what time will we arrive in Prince Rupert? You're losing it.
I'm starting to pull my hair a little bit here.
You're breaking down.
The breaking point is near. I told Mike this earlier, but I think the worst part about this whole experience is the amount of time that we've been sitting around and traveling. You know, 12 hours, you can get almost anywhere in the world. But we're gonna end up in Prince Rupert.
Riley, you said yes to traveling with me. You knew what you were getting into.
Oh, did I?
I will say this, if you're new to the channel, now's a good time to subscribe while we're slowly going crazy here for you. So if the subscribe button is red, give it a click. If it's gray, you're already there. Hang on to that. Life on the train gets better.
Little things, Mike. It's the little things.
You learn to appreciate the little things.
Wait, we stopped at 4.
Oh, that's it. 8 p.m. Lights out in here. We started our day 12 hours ago. Oh. 5 hours later, we're moving. Now 9 p.m.
Well, Mike, the official time is 2:21 in the morning, and we are still not at Prince Rupert.
All right, here's your update. Oh, here we go. Thank you, sorry. Yeah, it's after 2 in the morning.
Thank you, Riley. Thank you, Mike.
Thank you, Chris. We'll see you.
Tomorrow I'll be on the path around lunchtime.
All right, thank you. Hang on. So this is not Prince Rupert. Our end goal was to get to Prince Rupert, but we've been on the train for so long that the engineers at the front, like I said, they changed crew earlier with the long delay. We had to get off, and bye. We had to get off here. We're about a half an hour taxi drive away, just at this random junction. and the crew is gonna change here, and we're gonna head home. I guess this is us. All right. Hi. The Prestige in Prince Rupert, please. I know trains get delayed. I did not expect us to not even make it to our destination. Riley, what an experience for your first time, I tell you. Oh, yeah. Oh, we've made it. It feels good. This is bigger than my apartment. It's a really nice hotel room. We have a little kitchenette. Yeah.
Oh, what's that?
Little kitchenette.
Like it's 2:46 in the morning, and we're checking out our kitchen.
Oh, nice. Look at this care package. I have to say, it's so nice getting somewhere like this. You just, doesn't matter what the situation was on the train, you get here, you're instantly comfortable, relaxed.
9:20. Got coffee going. It's time to go wake up Mr. Sleeping Sunshine over here. I know this feels mean, but rise and shine, Mr. Downey.
Morning. What time is it?
9:30.
So we got 6 hours sleep. Let's see this town.
Well, first, let's head to Cow Bay, the fishing and tourism hub of town, and check out the famous Cowpuccinos.
Now, is it named after their favorite actor or their favorite drink?
Prince Rupert gets its nickname, the City of Rainbows,
City of Rainbows. City of Rainbows.
from being Canada's wettest city, with over 2.5 meters of rain each year. With so little time in town, we had to prioritize 3 things we needed to get done before we get back on that train. The first, we needed a grocery store to get meals and snacks for tomorrow's ride. Second, go for a run and get a little exercise before we do nothing but sit for the next 2 days.
Time to get a few more steps in tonight. We're gonna be sitting for a long time tomorrow.
And third, treat ourselves to a good meal.
We've come to a very nice restaurant, and we've realized it's our only night out, that we won't be arriving somewhere late. This is our only night to splurge and have a good time, so we've picked a fancy spot. Look at this view. Look at that. So Riley and I are just looking at this tractor on display, and we're looking at it, we realized that it's actually steam powered. And we're like, oh, that's pretty cool. And then we saw the front wheel, and Riley was like, oh, I actually don't think it's a tractor. I think it's, you know, what smooths out the road during road construction. I was like, yeah, steamroller. A steamroller, because it's steam powered. Look at this.
Look at that, learning something new every day.
Prince Rupert, you did it.
Great stay at the Prestige here in Prince Rupert. Off to the train. As we board the train and head back to our starting point, we're going to go past Prince Rupert's port, which is the deepest ice-free natural harbor in the world. This is a big freight port for Canada, which is why there were so many freight trains on the rails and why we were so delayed getting here. Now, leaving Prince Rupert in the morning means we get to see all of the most scenic parts of the trip that we passed in the dark on our way in. Now, I'm sure you're asking, why would you take Via Rail? Why would you sit in a train for 4 days just to visit Prince Rupert for 1 day? Why would you ride in a passenger car that hasn't been updated since the 90s? Taking the train is slower and more expensive than taking a car, so why on earth would you take the train? Well, I could give you a number of excuses, but the real reason is because the train is the destination in itself. Prince Rupert is a bonus, but the train was the whole reason for the trip. The train brings along a whole different sense of adventure. You're not driving, you're not in control. You get to sit back and enjoy the views that can't be seen in any other way. There's a romance to riding the rails, a feeling of nostalgia.
We're in New Hazelton, the most northern part on the route.
Now, when it comes to delays, you just have to accept it for what it is. You are boarding a train, and this train specifically is advertised as an adventure route. So you have to see the whole experience as an adventure. The train itself is the destination. It's not about getting from A to B as quickly as possible. It's about enjoying the space in between A to B. Honestly, I take the delays as more value for my money. I'm on this for even longer, getting better value for the ticket price that I spent seeing more.
This route used to have 3 trains a week. Now, due to COVID, it's down to just once a week, and it could disappear altogether one day. And more than all of that, you never know who you'll meet along your way, or what you'll see. Yeah! This has been a trip that I will always remember. Now, I'll admit we may not have loved every minute of the experience.
We've gotten a little bit of news.
What do you think that means?
Hang on.
But I guarantee Riley and I will talk about this trip forever. Now I know Via Rail is slow and outdated, but as a Canadian, I'm proud of the polite service and the unique adventure you're guaranteed every time you step on board. It might not be everyone's cup of tea, but I hope you get to experience it once in your life.
Ah, this is better.
Down.
Morning.
Look at that rainbow to announce we've arrived. What a fitting ending considering we had a rainbow on our first day leaving Jasper. All right, let's get these windows down. Woo! All by ourselves. Times have changed. And I want to thank Skillshare for sponsoring today's video, but not only for making this trip possible, but also for making these videos better. If you haven't heard of Skillshare before, it's an online learning platform with thousands of classes for creative and curious minds like ourselves to pick up new skills and learn something that you've always wondered about. For myself, I've been taking Sorella Moore's class called YouTube Success, building an authentic channel that's worth the follow, which is exactly what I hope I've done here today by keeping you to the end of the video. I have her and Skillshare to thank for that. I find the classes to be concise and valuable. And the best part is, it's under $10 a month with an annual subscription. So, if you're one of the first 1,000 people to click the link in the description down below, you will get a free Skillshare Premium membership. So thank you very much, Skillshare, for sponsoring today's video, making this all possible, and I hope you can learn something new as well, like I have over there. If you're new here, I'm Mike, the channel's DownieLive, and I don't know where I'm going next, but I know I want you there with me. See you next Saturday.